What's happening, everybody? So today, or actually yesterday, we finished these. Look at these things. Aren't they sick? So these are in. They are strong and they are stable and they are good to go. We just use L brackets everywhere to put these in. I started filming putting them in, but I was just wanted to get it done, and it was taking forever. And there were so many fine-tuning little things we had to do, cutting out certain areas to do things and everything else. But this speaker cabinet's not going anywhere. The space amp's not going anywhere. This tube head up here is not going anywhere. So we're set, man. We're gonna keep the electric guitar and bass over here. We got whatever right here, whatever right here. Evie's got a bunch of IKEA boxes that she designed this thing around to fit. And then we have a stand-up closet over here, all electronics here, blah, 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 clothes, you know, whatever. And then a bench right here, and maybe sugar bears later on. So there's that. This thing is in, it's set, it's beautiful. Look at this thing. Look at this. And you know what's cool about it? Is it reminds me, ow, that was my head, of home. Look at the clouds. It's just like Oregon skies right here. So, Miss Evie, how did you do this? How did you make it look like this?
Well, what I did at first is we painted everything like white color first, and we got the gray color, and I mixed the gray with a little bit of white because it was a little bit too dark. And I took like a sea sponge, like the one with big holes in it, and I dipped it in water first, wring it out, dipped it in paint very lightly, like very little paint in it, the gray paint, and just start like tapping, like very quickly and very lightly, like barely any pressure on it. And I left the pattern with big holes in it. And after that, I took a different sponge, like a regular kitchen sponge, and I dipped it in a teeny bit of white paint. And once the gray paint dried a little bit, I went over on top of it with white to make it like very like cloudy looking, and not look like a camo style. So yeah. Yeah,
it looked kind of like camo the first time we did it. Yeah, it matches the floors pretty good. I think it looks awesome, man, especially with this orange amp right here. So I got a couple big announcements. One is that the Astro transmission has started to slip. When I'm on the highway, when I'm getting onto the highway or passing somebody, I need to jump on it. The tranny slips just a little bit, and that is not good. If you remember when I was in Mesa, when I was putting a new engine in it, the tarp blew off during a rainstorm, and some water got in the transmission, and I had to flush it. Since then, it's been totally fine. Until now, it slips a little bit, so I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna make a video just showing everything about it, everything I've done to it, everything that might need to be done, and what's great about it and what I don't like about it and everything else. And I'm gonna sell it, but I want to auction it. I don't just want to set a price, because I don't know what it's worth. I have no idea. There's special things about it. I don't know. I just want to auction it and see what happens. So I thought about doing eBay, but I guess they take like a huge percentage of your money, someone was telling me, so maybe there's a better way to do it. Please let me know in the description if you have any ideas about that. Maybe I should just, on the video I make in the description, let people make offers. I don't know. Please let me know your ideas. So these cabinets are in. They are sturdy. They are not moving anywhere. They're very strong. And I've got my guitar cab down here. What I did is I installed these pieces of wood on the outside and did the same thing on the back to hold them in, and they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. That does two things. One, if we get in an accident, they're not going to come out and decapitate us or something. And two, they'll be very hard to steal. Someone would have to rip out this entire cabinet to get them out, and that will not be easy because this thing is in really good. I went through a ton of L brackets to get this thing in here. What's the other thing I meant to say a couple, like the last few videos? Oh! The backup camera, the wireless transmitter. A couple people said that's probably not going to work out. They suck, and those people are absolutely right. The wireless transmitter for backup cameras is pretty terrible. It cuts in and out a lot, and it does some funky stuff with the colors, and I just don't like it. So next time, I'm just gonna leave it. It's good enough to use, but it just kind of sucks, and it feels kind of cheap. So next time I do a backup camera, I will definitely be doing it wired. The last thing I really want to show you guys today, this is kind of just a quick update video, is we have the this rod in place now, and this is actually the exact same one I have in the Astro, but I got really lucky on this one because we have these bars sticking out up here, and the curtain rod comes with these things. So all I did is just expand it. It's adjustable. You pull it apart, and I just expanded it, and it fits in there perfectly. It's pretty sturdy. I haven't tightened it down yet. Let me show you how this thing works really. Okay, so I've got this thing down. And by the way, we got this double-sided blackout fabric from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for this. This stuff's so much better than the ones I've been getting from Walmart that are in my Astro. And we are going to take out these, or cut this whole part off. Unless this is open. Is it open? No, because it's got these rings. And what happens when you put these rings through, there's a huge area in there where, you see where my finger's sticking through? There's a huge area in there where light can come through. And we don't want that, one, because I don't want any light in here in the morning to wake me up. And two, at night when we're stealth camping, that light coming out from the inside means that people know that we're in here. So I want to block off all the light coming out of this thing, and this center divider curtain is a big part of that. Now we might leave the back black, or we might sew, or Evie got this crazy, it's like iron-on fabric glue stuff. We might put like some other color behind it, but we want black in the front. The windows are very tinted, so at night when we block the windshield, it'll be very dark in here, and it'll look like you're just staring into the abyss or something. Anyway, the way the shower curtain works, and we got this from Walmart. I'll try to put a link in the description for this too if they have it online. The way this works is it expands like this. So see how it's pulling out? And then once you get it to the length you want, you tighten these two screws down and it's in place. And then this one on the end, you can screw it, or you can turn it and it extends. See that? See how it's coming out? Now it's coming back in. So you can get this thing super, super tight. And it's got these two big old slots in here, and those are for the end caps that it comes with to install in a shower, but I don't use those. On the Astro, I bought two L brackets, drew some big holes through them, and put some screws through here to hold them in. But on this one, like I showed you, it's got those big tabs sticking out. So that works awesome for us. It's so cool. That's going to be so easy. And when we go get the high top installed, we can just pull this thing out and set it right back in. We can easily remove this thing if we need to wash this for some reason. And it's just going to be awesome. So I'm super, super happy with this divider curtain. Okay, so I've already made a video on my entire electrical setup and my solar setup and why I chose the things I did. But real briefly, here are the main components besides the solar panel, which is all the way up there. 100 amp hour lithium battery. I cannot wait to start using this thing because I am so psyched on it. Link in the description. My Renogy MPPT charge controller, and my Blue Sea, Deep Blue Sea, or whatever. Is it Deep Blue Sea? No, it's just Blue Sea. It's Blue Sea. Blue Sea. Blue Sea. Blue Sea. Fuse panel. Really excited about this too, because the one I had in the Astro was kind of a pain to deal with. Once you get it set up, it's like whatever, you know, but to set this up is much nicer, and it has the full-size fuses instead of the little mini ones, which can be easier to find. Usually you can find both, but sometimes you can't. So these are gonna go up in here. And I left this this whole thing open so that it would be really easy to access these things and service them. And we'll put some kind of curtain over here so that the lights don't shine in on us at night too much. But basically, the first step in wiring up the van is hard mounting all the main things, like the charge controller here. This is going to be mounted up like this. To mount the charge controller, there's no... Let's see, I'll put this in here and show you. The drill is not going to fit in here, and this piece of wood is very, very thin. Now, I will be able to get the drill in here, barely, probably not on this end, but I will be able to get a screwdriver in here and screw stuff in. So what I'm going to do is screw them from the back, and to do that, I'm going to cut some of these to size to fit the back of the charge controller and the fuse panel. I'm going to mount the fuse panel and the charge controller to these pieces of wood I cut after I paint them, and then I'm going to mount these with the charge controller and fuse panel against this wall on and screw from back here, dropping stuff everywhere, into this. So it's like a sandwich, like the fuse panel, or the charge controller or the fuse panel goes on top of here, it's permanently mounted, and then I come from the back and screw into this. And that will do two things. One, that will let me mount it very strongly, and two, that will give a little more room on the back of this thing. See all these fins on here? Those are cooling fins. That helps keep the thing cool, and the cooler it is, the better off it's going to be. The longer it's going to last, possibly even the more efficient it is. I don't know. Electronics don't like heat, so the cooler they run, it seems the better. That seems to be the consensus. I don't know if I'll have any real benefit here, but seems like it would help a lot, especially since there's very limited space in here. So I'm going to cut those to fit and then have Evie paint them because she's got this system down for making these things look good. And then I will mount them on here. I'm probably not going to show that here, just because it's going to take a while to let them paint and dry and everything, and it's raining and everything else. So I'm probably going to end this video right here. Just want to do a real quick update, tell you guys about the Astro, show you what's been going on, all that. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time, and love yourself. Woo!